how to make progress in your English every day, no matter what. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that's incredibly important for anyone learning English: how to make progress every single day, no matter what. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning for years, this is for you. The key to success in English or any language is consistency. It's not about cramming for hours once a week. It's about showing up every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. So, let's dive into how you can do that. First, let's talk about why consistency is so important. Think of learning English like building a muscle. You can't go to the gym once a month and expect to get stronger. It's the small, daily efforts that add up over time. The same goes for English. If you practice a little every day, you'll see progress. But if you only study once in a while, it's easy to forget what you've learned and lose momentum. The good news? You don't need to spend hours every day. Even 10 to 15 minutes of focused practice can make a huge difference. So, how do you stay consistent? It starts with setting clear, achievable goals. Ask yourself, why do I want to improve my English? Is it for work, travel, exams, or just personal growth? Once you know your why, you can set specific goals. For example, maybe you want to learn 10 new words every day, or be able to hold a 5-minute conversation in English, or write an email without using a translator. Write these goals down and keep them somewhere visible. This will remind you of what you're working toward and keep you motivated. Now, let's talk about daily habits. These are the small, actionable steps you can take every day to improve your English. Here are some ideas. Start your day with English. Instead of scrolling through social media in the morning, spend 5 to 10 minutes reading an English article, listening to a podcast, or reviewing vocabulary. This sets a positive tone for the day and gets your brain thinking in English. Next, try to incorporate English into your daily routine. For example, label objects around your house with sticky notes. Think in English while cooking, cleaning, or commuting. Describe your day out loud in English before bed. These small habits might seem simple, but they add up over time. Speaking is often the hardest skill to develop, but it's also the most rewarding. If you don't have someone to practice with, talk to yourself. Describe what you see, narrate your actions, or even record yourself speaking, and listen back to identify areas for improvement. The more you practice speaking, the more confident you'll become. Reading and writing are also essential. Reading improves your vocabulary and comprehension, while writing helps you organize your thoughts and practice grammar. Start small. Read a short article or write a few sentences in a journal. Over time, you can tackle longer texts and more complex writing tasks. Listening is another powerful tool. Listen to English podcasts, songs, or videos to improve your understanding of pronunciation, intonation, and natural speech. Try to listen actively. Pause and repeat phrases, take notes, or summarize what you've heard. This will help you internalize the language and improve your listening skills. Of course, learning English isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel stuck, unmotivated, or frustrated. But here's the thing, progress isn't linear. Some days you'll feel like you made a huge leap, and other days it might feel like you're not moving at all. That's completely normal. The key is to keep going, to stay motivated. Remind yourself why you started. Visualize your success. Imagine yourself speaking fluently, acing that job interview, or traveling confidently. Celebrate small wins, like mastering a difficult word or understanding a movie without subtitles. These little victories will keep you going. Don't fear mistakes, either. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Every error is an opportunity to improve. So, don't be afraid to speak, write, or try new things. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Finding a community can also make a big difference. Learning English doesn't have to be a solo journey. Join online forums, language exchange groups, or local meetups to connect with other learners. Sharing your struggles and successes can be incredibly motivating. If you're feeling bored or stuck, try something new. Switch up your learning materials. Watch a different genre of movies, read a new book, or try a language learning app. Variety keeps things fresh and exciting. Now, let's talk about tools and resources. There are so many great options out there, to help you learn English. Language apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise are great for vocabulary and grammar practice. They're fun, interactive, and perfect for short daily sessions. YouTube is another fantastic resource. There are countless English learning channels, from grammar tutorials to pronunciation guides. Some of my favorites are insert channel names. Podcasts and audiobooks are also great for improving your listening skills. Start with slower-paced content and gradually move to faster, more natural speech. Flashcards are a classic tool for vocabulary practice. Apps like Anki or Quizlet let you create digital flashcards and track your progress. And if you want personalized feedback, consider working with an online tutor. Platforms like italki, Preply, or Cambly connect you with native speakers for one-on-one lessons. Finally, I want to leave you with a little inspiration. A few years ago, I met a woman named Maria who had just moved to an English-speaking country. She was struggling with the language and felt overwhelmed, but she decided to commit to learning a little every day. She started by labeling everything in her kitchen with sticky notes. She listened to English podcasts during her commute and practiced speaking with her co-workers. At first, progress was slow, but she didn't give up. Fast forward to today, Maria is fluent in English. She's even started her own blog to help other learners. Her story is a reminder that consistency and persistence pay off. Every day, we wake up with goals, ambitions, and dreams. And for many of you, one of those dreams is to improve your English, to speak fluently, to express yourself clearly, and to feel confident in conversations. But life happens. You're busy. You have responsibilities, work, school, family, and endless distractions. Some days, you might feel like you're making no progress at all. And that frustration can be discouraging. But here's the truth. Progress in English doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small, consistent steps. And you can take those steps every single day, no matter how busy you are. The first thing to understand is that improving your English is not about how much time you have. It's about how you use the time you already have. You don't need hours of study. You don't need expensive courses. What you need is a system, a routine that fits into your daily life, no matter how chaotic it may be. Think about it. If you can find just 10 to 15 minutes a day and use that time effectively, your English will improve dramatically over time. The key is consistency. So where do you start? The simplest and most powerful way to improve is by exposing yourself to English every day. And the best part? You can do this without adding any extra time to your schedule. If you're commuting, listen to an English podcast. If you're cooking, play an audiobook. If you're scrolling through social media, follow pages that post in English. The goal is to surround yourself with a language so it becomes a natural part of your day. Now, let's talk about speaking. Many learners struggle with speaking because they don't have someone to practice with. But guess what? You don't need a partner to improve your speaking skills. You can practice on your own. Shadowing is one of the best techniques. Find a video or an audio clip, play it, and repeat after the speaker. Try to match their pronunciation, tone, and rhythm. This helps your brain and mouth get used to forming English words naturally. Another powerful habit is speaking out loud to yourself. Describe what you're doing, talk about your day, or even have imaginary conversations. It might feel strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. Reading is another game changer. But here's a tip: don't just read. Read aloud. This improves your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. And when you read, don't just focus on understanding the meaning. Pay attention to sentence structure, grammar, and new words. Make it a habit to learn at least one new word or phrase every day. Write it down, use it in a sentence, and try to say it throughout the day. Writing is just as important. You don't have to write essays or long paragraphs. Start with a single sentence. Write about your thoughts, your goals, or even just what you had for breakfast. The goal is to get comfortable expressing yourself in English. If you make this a daily habit, you'll notice a huge improvement in your ability to think in English. And let's not forget listening. One of the biggest struggles learners face is understanding native speakers. They speak fast, use slang, and sometimes it feels impossible to catch every word. But here's the trick. Don't focus on every word. Focus on the context. Listen for the key ideas. And most importantly, don't get discouraged if you don't understand everything. The more you listen, the more your brain adapts. Start with content that matches your level. If movies and TV shows feel too fast, start with slower content like audiobooks or educational videos. Then, gradually increase the difficulty. Now, let's address the biggest challenge, staying motivated. Motivation comes and goes. That's why you need discipline. Set small, realistic goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent, set a goal like, I will learn 5 new words this week, or I will practice speaking for 10 minutes every day. Small wins keep you motivated, and celebrate those wins. Every little progress matters. So, here's your action plan. First, set one clear goal for your English learning. Second, choose 1 or 2 daily habits to start with. Third, find a tool or resource that works for you. And fourth, commit to practicing every day, no matter how small the effort. Remember, progress doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen when you show up every day. So, take that first step today. Thank you for listening, and remember, you've got this. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing. Your English journey is just beginning, and I can't wait to see where it takes you.